Ready or Not just released as the new kid on the block. It's made some major waves, so I think it's fair to compare it to one of the competitors on the market that's aiming for a similar experience. So today's video, I'm going to do the best I can to compare Ready or Not and 0 Hour. Welcome to the channel, gamers. My name is Tacti. Thank you so much for clicking on this video, and I hope you find it helpful. I know money is pretty tight right now, and you're struggling to pay for all these gifts that you're buying yourself. But soon you'll have grandma sending you a 50 in the mail. So with that newly found wealth, you've decided that you want to hop into the world of tactical gaming, and you see you have two different options when it comes to that S.W.A.T style experience. You've got both 0 Hour and Ready or Not in your sights, but you're not sure which one you want to pull the trigger on. So now you're here looking for information and comparing the two to know which one is right for you. Well look, let's not waste any time after you subscribe, and let's get down to business. Both 0 Hour and Ready or Not are relatively similar in the experiences they're trying to provide. Both have a general storyline that you're a special SWAT unit, doing your SWAT unit things, whether that's offing some bad guys or rescuing hostages, something along those lines. At the making of this video, both of these are in early access as well, so things are subject to change. With that in mind, right now both offer solo and co-op modes, so at the writing of this, only 0 Hour offers a PvP experience. It was in Ready or Not previously, and I'm not sure if any PvP is coming back. From the looks of it, they're very focused on that co-op and the single-player experience, but we'll just have to see with that. Let's dive a little bit deeper here though. Let's take a look at gameplay. When it comes to 0 Hour, you've got solo missions that you can run, as well as running co-op if you bring your friends or find a partner on the server browser. With these missions, you can only progress to the next one if you're able to rack up enough points during the other missions. Points are awarded with how you play the game. Did you break the rules of engagement? Did you forget to bag some weapons? Did you die yourself? All these things can factor into your final score. Ready or Not also has a similar point system, though as of now, it doesn't unlock anything. There is no progression as far as I'm aware. This may change once the game leaves early access, but we'll just have to see along the way. In 0 Hour, you can progress and complete 11 maps in solo and co-op modes. Each of the 11 missions gives you instructions on what's needed in order to complete the mission, and these are the same every time you play the maps, though the unique thing here is sometimes the internals of the map will be slightly different. The interiors of the buildings actually are procedurally generated, so that's a pretty cool thing there. For the most part though, the missions on specific maps will be the same, and these missions include things like a time bomb, hostages, just generally clearing the area, things like that. Now as far as PvP goes, 0 Hour offers an alternative to Rainbow Six, but with a little bit more class than Ubisoft. It doesn't have those fancy heroes, those super gadgets. It really just offers a system that encourages smart gameplay and teamwork in an attack and defend style game mode. One team attempts to defuse a bomb, and the other team attempts to keep the bomb doing the exploding thing. Like I said though, Ready or Not does not have PvP at the making of the video. It has been tested previously. Again, I don't know what's going to come of that. We'll just see what sort of experience that offers if that comes. Along the lines of single player, however, right now the game offers 8 different maps, and each map has the option of up to 5 different game modes, though some of these have not been implemented at the time of this video. More of these are expected to show up as the game progresses, I'm sure, but at the initial release of this, you have the option to play a total of 16 different missions with different objectives. Some of these are time missions where you have to defuse a bomb, sometimes there's an active shooter, just a plethora of content that makes the maps incredibly replayable, as you'll have varying objectives every time. Now when it comes to time to kill, both games are extremely quick, though I would say that 0 Hour offers a little bit more leniency when it comes to your ability to respond and get to cover. Enemies react much quicker in Ready or Not than in 0 Hour, and 0 Hour tends to have a higher rate of enemies surrendering, especially if you catch them off guard. One really cool thing available in 0 Hour is that you can shoot an enemy's weapon out of his hand. On the other hand, with Ready or Not, it's not likely going to give you this opportunity because they react so quickly and they pretty much shoot on sight. So good luck with that one. Let's briefly touch on the AI here. 0 Hours pales in comparison to Ready or Not. The enemy AI in Ready or Not is incredibly well programmed and offers tense moments where you don't know if they're going to run out of a room or wait for you to peek a corner. They're also incredibly accurate. 0 Hours needs some work for sure, but they're not awful. They just show they're stupid sometimes when filtering into gunfire. In general, I think AI is a very difficult thing to program well, so I'm sure both will get some tweaks along the way. 0 Hour does not have any friendly AI at the moment, so there's nobody on your team that you can direct to do something. Ready or Not, however, has that. You can order them to open doors, you can order them to get to cover, you can order them to specific locations. It's a really good system, I think. Let's move on a bit to weapons, animations, and movements. In 0 Hour, you have access to 15 different weapons, including the sidearms. Ready or Not offers 19 weapons, though some of these are non-lethal weapons. There are some weapon customization options available in both games, but I would say they currently are both pretty bare bones. But both do have terrific in-game weapon models, though for some reason the weapon models in 0 Hour on the menu screen seem to just have anti-aliasing turned off or something like that. It just doesn't look crisp. In the game, however, they look much nicer. General gunplay and animations are much more heavy in Ready or Not. You'll see a brief comparison here in the background. I really like the intensity of the animations and the recoil patterns the game uses. It's incredibly immersive and amps up the difficulty because recoil is beefy. 0 Hours is a bit difficult to control, but not near as severe as Ready or Not. 0 Hour does have a feature that the more stamina you use, the more intense the sway gets, so that's a nice little feature that amps it up. But Ready or Not has a feature that can be body part specific. You can have a broken leg or a broken arm. Your character will be hindered as such. Ready or Not does not have a sprint, only a crouch, walk, and a slightly faster walk. 0 Hour also has a supine or prone mechanic where you can get down on the ground and crawl around. This is a feature that isn't present in Ready or Not. Let's talk a bit more about visuals and sounds now, because without these, immersion takes the back seat. Visual fidelity, effects, and sounds are definitely impressive in Ready or Not. The weapons and character models in 0 Hour look decent, but once you compare the two visually, you'll see that Ready or Not has a lot more to boast about when it comes to the immersive realism. One of my favorite things in Ready or Not, honestly, is the camera shake and effect when the explosion goes off nearby. When it comes to effects like these, 0 Hour has a long way to go. I also enjoy the effects when you get hit by an enemy. 0 Hour has a small effect, but the ramped up sharpening effect of Ready or Not is a really cool way to do things. I know Tarkov does something similar, but I really do like that effect. Sounds are much more immersive in Ready or Not as well. Here's just the standard M4, you can see what they both sound like. And you can hear the difference there. Again, we can go to explosions as well. That little snippet right there, I think, is a pretty accurate way to sum up the comparison of these two games. The games are just currently on two different levels. Now, keep in mind, they're both early access here, and 0 Hour devs have been focused on bringing the game into a realistic state. So I would expect a lot of what you see in Ready or Not to make its way into 0 Hour in some way, shape, or form, since these games are aiming for a similar experience. Also keep in mind, 0 Hour is $12. Ready or Not is $40, or if you want to spend more to be a supporter, you can do that as well, up to like $120. In my opinion, the content you get for both seems pretty reasonable, minus the $120 thing, but like anything, do not spend the money on early access titles if you don't have the money. And also check player counts on 0 Hour, because if you're primarily wanting a PvP experience, this can fluctuate because it's in early access and sometimes the updates don't come for a while. Look, I've had a lot of fun in both 0 Hour and Ready or Not. I really like both games, but it all comes down to your preference, your budget, and the time you have available. So make your own decisions. I'm not your mother, and don't spend your money unwisely. I forgot one more thing. I'm editing this on after the original recording, but Ready or Not has mod support, and that's going to be huge for that game because that's one of the things that makes these games so replayable, so amazing, so memorable is the mod support because it offers an extended life to any game. So hopefully 0 Hour can bring that in as well. Let me know in the comments what you think. Did I miss something? Is there something you wish I would have gone more in depth in? Let me know down below so I know for next video. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed it. Definitely hit that subscribe button if you want more of this content. You guys have a great day, and remember, be bold, be courageous, stay tactical.